Father Vinny Gillmore. I'm the pastor here at St. Lawrence Parish in Lawrence, Indiana.
Great. And can you tell us a little bit about Pierre Toussaint?
Yeah, so Pierre Toussaint, I actually didn't know a whole lot about him until recently, and I started reading about him partly because I was uh, I was inspired by someone from the Catholic Center who works with Catholic Charities, uh, and when I started reading about him, I was really struck by how he he was Haitian by birth, and we have a lot of Haitians at our own parish, and many more who do not yet attend our parish but live in the area, and we're looking to evangelize them. Um, and in New York, where Pierre Toussaint ended up moving to with with his family, that or actually not with his own family, but it was with his masters because he was a slave at the time. And that's another part of his story that I'll get into in a moment. But he he was known as a saint even during his lifetime there, and I thought that was really awesome. And it's pretty obvious why once you start to listen and read about him. Like he was, even though he was a slave, he had a great relationship with his masters. Uh, a husband and wife named Jacques and Marie Berard, and they helped him get an education. They helped him have access to their own library, and uh, he actually loved them so much that he chose to let his family members be freed before him, but he continued serving Marie Berard even after the death of her husband, um, until she herself died, and he was over 40 years old when he got his own freedom. By that point, he had made all this money because he not only had that education, but he was a great apprentice at being a hairdresser, and um, it was there's kind of a classic thought that at least in the seminary that with the increasing secularity in society nowadays, that hairdressers are like the last confessors left in our day. And well, he had a way of living that out as a true saint. He would let people just spill out their problems, vent what they needed to vent, and he um, he also was extremely generous with his wealth. Even well after Marie's death, uh, he he and his wife, they actually housed orphans and widows in their own home. They helped with all kinds of people in need, and um, he did that for many years up until the day of his death, and he actually lived to be 87 years old. And this work was so recognized throughout New York that many years after his death, it was the Cardinal Archbishop of New York that said, he needs a more prominent burial place. And so they actually moved him to be buried in St. Patrick's Cathedral. And he's actually, to this day, not only the only lay person that's buried there right alongside a bunch of cardinals, he is also the only one you can see before you go down the steps. If you're in St. Patrick's Cathedral, like before you go down those steps to see the crypts, uh, there he is. And his cause for canonization is underway. He's a servant of God right now, and for good reason. I mean, he through many potential obstacles that I think our culture nowadays, for and not for bad intentions, actually for very good intentions, we we trip over all the kinds of evil there are in the world, including what to think about reconciling the evil of slavery nowadays, what to think about any kinds of injustice and unfairness that there are nowadays and that there were at those times. But Pierre Toussaint, he just took it as yet another opportunity to see Jesus right in front of him and to serve Jesus, whether whether in church or in the people around him. And that's something that I hope that all of us can emulate. I hope that so many of my parishioners could get to know his story, especially so many Haitian parishioners that we have now coming into St. Lawrence. And I think it's a really awesome witness that he gives. You know, the witness to uh, not be afraid, not be deterred by the obstacles that there are, not be overwhelmed by the evil of this world, but instead see even the evils around us as an opportunity to respond in love to each of our neighbors, feeding the hungry, clothing the naked, giving drink to those who are thirsty. He lived out all those simple ways of, Matthew 25:31 to 46, as the U.S. bishops have put it before. That's kind of the last will and testament of Jesus, is to do these corporal works of mercy. And I think it's really an awesome legacy that he has provided in just a humble way for Catholic Charities. And so it's no wonder that Catholic Charities has taken so much from his example and tries to live that out each day.
Great, thanks. Is there anything else that we didn't cover yet that you want to say?
Just that I think we really ought to pray for his cause for canonization. I think he's a great example of a saint to have. It also so happens that forgot to mention he would be the first canonized saint from the Caribbean, if canonized. So not only from Haiti, but from the entire Caribbean. And what an honor that he blessed us with his presence here in the United States. So I'm praying for his cause for canonization, and I'm asking for his prayers, and I hope that all of you too will ask for his prayers.